What's going on, everybody? This is Pastor Terry Jamel Johns, and I am super excited you guys to jump on here and to share some empowerment tips for you guys as far as finances. As you guys know, man, I have been heavy on helping people to really understand how to change just the trajectory of their life as far as just putting things in order and proper perspective. I got a quote from somebody today that really blessed me. And I actually posted it and shared it on Facebook, but it said, money follows order. And I really believe, you guys, when we get to the place of actually putting things in order in our own life, that I really believe that things are going to begin to happen for a lot of us. So, listen, I am live right now on Empower Church TV. I wanted to go live on our Facebook channel, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to do that. But I'm excited to be on YouTube. So I thank God for each and every one of you that have subscribed to our channel. This is something special for you. So thank you for jumping on. Thank you for sharing this broadcast. I'm going to try and get some of my tribe in here to connect with us and to share this information, because I really believe this is important information for us, especially in the body of Christ. Y'all, I am so sick and tired of seeing church folks broke, struggling financially, living paycheck to paycheck. I mean, it's just a sad thing, dude. And we talk so much about we have the power of God. We're moving in this and we're moving in that. And I mean, literally, y'all, it's a lot of things we have to change up. And honestly, I believe it starts with character. I always tell people this, that I don't believe that God is going to take you to a new place or bless you in any capacity until you actually develop the character to maintain that specific place that he has for you. I'm sure those of you that are watching right now, you want to, maybe possibly reach that six-figure income or millionaire income or have a successful business, whatever the case may be, because some people's success to them is not necessarily six figures. Um, but whatever success is to you, I really believe it starts with your character, and it really starts with you just putting things in order in your life right now. So before I jump into this, you guys, I want you to understand that right where you are, you have what you need to make things happen. I think one of the main mistakes we make as people is we kind of treat where we are as nothing. And hear me when I say this, you guys, you are at the perfect place to start changing your life right now. Right where you are, you don't need no investor to come and help pull you up. You don't need anybody else outside of the fact that you know that God has given you a vision, he's given you a dream, and there's work for you to do. So do me a favor, as you're watching this video, go ahead and share this. I'm going to jump right into this information. Again, we are talking about financial empowerment and really just helping you to understand some key things. And I really want to deal specifically with credit. Because like I said, I believe that's just one of the main areas we mess up in. People will go to car lots, will apply for credit card, we'll apply for credit cards or our loans, and we will have, low credit scores. And what people don't understand about that is that with a low credit score, even though you may have gotten approved for that car, you got approved for that particular loan, the interest rate is what you have to pay attention to. The higher your credit score, chances are you're going to have a lower interest rate. So it is important for you to try your best to work on your credit. You might be saying, Pastor Terry, well, where do I start? Here you go. First thing you should do is you should actually pull your credit report. You guys, they are actually running a free credit report since COVID happened. I know have witnessed a lot of people that have passed away due to COVID, but there was also a lot of great things that actually came out of that pandemic. A lot of people are birthing and walking into wealth from this pandemic. And I believe, you guys, we have the tools and the resources we need to make this happen. But one of the things you have to do is you have to examine that credit report. So if you go to freeannualcreditreport.com, and I wish I could pull it up for you, but it's freeannualcreditreport.com. And you got to really be careful of which one you pull up, because there will be some people in there that will try and put different sites up, but just make sure it is free, all one word, freeannualcreditreport.com. All right. And with that, you actually will be able to pull your credit report from those different bureaus. So by you doing that, you can actually see what is on your credit report and know what your credit score is before you try to get that home or get that car. Because like I said, some of us, and I used to be that person, you guys, so I could talk on this. We'll just go straight to the place that we are hoping to get something like a car or are trying to apply for a house, and we don't know what our credit score is until we get there. I want to encourage you to know before you even try. Be well aware of what your credit score is and even know what is on your credit report, because honestly, you guys, it is well known that sometimes there can be information that's on your credit report that's inaccurate, especially for people that have dealt with identity theft and things like that. So it's important for you to check and make sure that everything is accurate and it is correct on that credit report, because that does damage your score. And I'm going to share a chart with you so that way you can actually see how your credit scores are calculated. But I want you to understand that, you guys, it is vital for you to try your best to raise up that credit score because it gives you leverage. For example, you guys, and a lot of people are going crazy over Elon Musk. I'm super excited about it because I stand 100% behind, what it is he's doing. I believe it's a major boss move, right? But there's just too much control from one side as far as things people say and can't say, stuff like that. When it's free speech, you guys, we have been raised in a culture where people have the freedom to speak their mind, share what they want to share, and I just feel it's right, man. So I'm super excited about that. But anyway, I totally forgot why I'm going on this point. With Elon Musk, okay, so Elon Musk, that's why I brought this up. Elon Musk, what he did was he actually purchased Twitter. You guys, he did not use his own money to buy Twitter. I think people don't understand. If you actually research and see, he actually got approval from like other companies that, I mean, pretty much put a game plan together that shows that, he has the credit to back this up and to finance this thing. So, I mean, that's a major move. And I think what we have to understand is, even when it comes to wealth in America or this country, that a lot of people have walked into wealth by using other people's money. So people will say this all the time, that debt is a bad thing, but honestly, your credit reports are calculated because of the fact you do have loans, you do have, a good history of paying things on time and doing things, paying off debts, of course. And I'm not saying that you have debt as far, because this is where people twist it up. They'll say, oh, well, debt's not really good. But the thing is, if you take a loan and you pay off that debt, you have the money to pay it off, but you're just using it to build up that credit. I think that's a great thing. And you should go forth with it, and you should do it, because excellent credit is what we need to push for. And I'm speaking to those in particular of those of us who are believers in the body of Christ. I am so tired of seeing broke folks shouting through churches, running up and down the aisles, and flipping over everything, right? And don't have a dime in their pocket. My prayer is that, this is really getting to those of you that need this information as far as that. So, you guys, you have to understand, with good credit, you save tons of money. You get great benefits. My wife and I, we were actually able to apply for, we have a card for vacations, credit card for vacations that we're able to use when we go certain places. We get discounts on hotels, cash back rewards, different things like that, to where we're not begging for them to approve us for a credit card. So y'all, it feels really, really good. I'm giving you personal testimony because I'm a person that came from a credit score of like a 435, 480, and I wasn't even caring about credit. I didn't care what credit was about. It didn't affect me. I didn't care. I used to just apply for credit cards. And as soon as I wrote the first letter on my name, they declined me, right? Because I just didn't understand this thing. But it's a blessing to be able to help people understand this. So I want you to understand, take this serious. Take your credit serious and start working on it today. This is going to be good for those of you that are trying to buy a home. Some of you may need a car right now, and you're looking to purchase a car. Please hear me when I say this. Take at least 3 to 6 months to invest in raising your credit score. So, Pastor Terry, how is our credit score calculated? I'm glad you asked that question. Here it is right here, you guys. These are the ways that your credit scores are calculated. Now, you have 3 credit bureaus that you get your credit reports from, Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. And this is literally the key things they use to calculate your credit score. And one of the major things is they use 35% of your credit score is calculated by payment history. So, y'all, please listen to this, please, because making payments on time is vital. Even if you have to set up an auto pay with the bare minimum, make sure you have something set up to where your payments are consistently being paid on time. Because what happens with most of us is we will just completely not pay the bill or pay. Let's say it's a credit card. We won't pay the bill and we'll let it just sit for like 60, 90 days. Now, here goes the crazy thing, you guys, even with late payments, and I got to jump back on the camera. I'm going to bring the picture back up. But with late payments, most of us don't know that if you pay the bill that you have within that 30-day period after the payment's due, the company might not necessarily report it to your credit report. So what they would do is actually charge you a late fee, but it's not reporting your credit report. We actually, my wife and I, and this is the reason why we do auto pay, because we had completely lost track of the days, and one of our credit card payments was due. It was actually that day, but we tried to pay it at night, and the company that we use is like across the country. They're on the Eastern Standard Time, so we will pass the time to pay the bill. So what we did was we paid it right then, called the company, let them know, hey, you know what, things just kind of happened, boom, 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 this is what happened. They told us, listen, we'll go ahead and waive the late fee because we understand you've been making your payments on time and things like that. But even if they didn't waive the late fee, which we actually did have that happen one time, well, we paid a late fee because we forgot to pay the payment on that date. Pay the payment within that 30-day period, you guys, or before that closeout date, whatever it is. Pay that payment, because I'm telling you what happens is once you go past 30 days, that's where it messes you up and that drops your credit score. And you guys, that's 35% of your score. So just imagine you're taking an exam, and to pass the exam, like you missed that 1.1 question and it dings you like 35%. And it's something so simple as setting up an auto pay of $20 a month or $25 a month so you don't miss a payment. Like, you guys, 35% of your credit score. So let's say that was an exam and you missed that one. Well, your test score just dropped down to what, 65%, you know, and that's a major thing. So the key thing, you guys, is pay your bills on time. I'm going to say it one more again. Pay your bills on time. Let me share this online because some folks see who's jumping on with me. But you got to pay your bills on time. You got to make sure you're doing what is necessary to take care of those things, because I'm telling you, so many people, like I said, they'll just kind of let it just sit and just completely just let it go to 60 days, 90 days, and then they no longer have a good standing with that company, and boom, there it is. Now their credit score is dropped down 35%. So it's important for you to make sure, you guys, to deal with that, because like I said, that is one of the major factors. Another key thing is credit usage. So credit usage is calculated, and I'll show you the chart here. Credit usage is a 30% calculation of your credit score. So what that means is, let's say you have a credit card, and that credit card actually has a credit limit of $1,000, right? So what they do is, and this is where so many people do, people treat credit cards as if it's like money they got. It's like extra money they have, and it's really not your money. It's money that you're being lended, but you're paying that money back, you know. And that's a major factor too, you guys, is when you're paying those credit card bills, try your best to pay them off every month. So, you know, one of the things I encourage people to do, especially if you're trying to build your credit, is just get a credit card, especially now with gas prices. Get a credit card for gas. You know, use that for your gas. At the end of the month, you pay that credit card off, and it'll help increase your score because you're using that card, and you're taking care of things that are at home. Boom. But I will warn you and caution you to make sure that you are not using this card or using that particular credit card and you don't have the money to pay it. So like I said, most folks do that, and then they end up in major, major debt, and they're trying to get out of this debt cycle. And I'm like, you guys, you got to control that. So one of the main ways to do that, you guys, let me transition back. One of the main ways to do that is to set a budget. So many folks do not budget, and that's the reason why they can't tell you where their money goes. They get income, but because of the fact they are lacking a budget, they can't tell you, man, I got paid this, but I just don't know what happened. Or they got so many late payments that by the time they get the money, they ain't even got money to buy in the necessary things they need because they've allowed for that debt to snowball on them, and it just completely messed them up. So you have to take control of your finances, you guys. And hear me when I say this. Start where you are. I don't care if you make $200 a month. You can build that $200 a month to something major if you actually just move in wisdom and be wise, all right? So 35% of your credit score is calculated from payment history. 30% is credit usage. And I will make this recommendation to you when you are using credit cards. Try to stay under, and I know people will say up to 50 and 30. I would say stay within that 30% range and try not to go over 50. All right. So make sure you're not maxing the credit cards out, because if you got $1,000 credit limit and you only got, let's say you got $1,000 credit limit, you used up $900 of that credit. Well, now you've almost maxed that card out, and you have a 90% credit usage. So your credit score is going to be affected negatively because of the fact of that you have a lot of credit that you don't have available. So credit availability is major. And one of the key things I will tell you guys is that when you are building a good relationship with creditors, they will actually reward you. My wife and I'll never forget, and I share this testimony all the time for people, that are starting off that may have bad credit or no credit at all. My wife, she had zero credit. I was trying to build my credit up around this time. I think I was around like the low fives or mid fives or 600s, and I thought 600 was good. I was like, man, at least I'm in the 600, right? But the wife had no credit, like zero. If you pull the credit, it will show a zero score. There was nothing being reported at all. But what I did was I actually put her as an authorized user on my credit card, one credit card that I did have with Capital One. So the moment I did that, you guys, within like a week, her credit score jumped up to like a 650 instantly. It was actually, no, it was higher than that. It was like over 700. Her credit score jumped up really high. It was really high because of the fact I had good credit history, and I had a length of credit history, which is actually the 15% of the calculation. So by her coming in, I had on-time payments, my credit usage was good, and then I had a length of credit history, and boom, she instantly had perfect credit. So this will be a good idea for people that may not have credit if you have a family member, and you don't even have to take the credit card, but if you have a family member that does have good credit, or at least decent credit, they can actually help you boost your score if they have a decent credit history with certain companies. So length of credit history, what that is, so when my wife came on, it showed on the report that the credit history from that particular credit card we had was actually a 10-year credit history. So that actually helped increase her score from zero to where it was at that particular time. And from that point on, we just kept maintaining and doing what needed to be done. And it helped build me up because she had good credit, helped boost my score. And we just worked together on that, you guys. And that's literally the reason why we are where we are today. So again, payment history is important, credit usage, and then also too, the length of the credit history. So you want to be careful, because what I noticed with a lot of people is they will actually close credit accounts. They will have a credit card and they will close it. They'll have a good credit card making payments. And I guess what happens is once they pay it off, they feel like, okay, I'm going to pay this off and just close the account out. Do not close your accounts. I need to post that and write it. I don't even know how I'm going to do it. But do not close any credit accounts. Keep that line of credit open. Even if you just use it to buy some bubble gum, or you buy some mints at the store, keep that line of credit open, because it's going to give you credit history. So, y'all, I believe with Capital One, I've been with them. When I started with Capital One, y'all, when I had horrible credit, and I'm excited because I remember the day I got that credit card and it said, you're approved. Y'all, this will let you know how bad my credit score was. You're approved for a $300 credit limit, right? My credit was jacked up. But I utilized that and I kept it open. I did not close it. And literally now I think we're like at what, 14, 15 years credit history from that one account. So it's vital for you guys. Please do not close credit accounts. For those of you that are having issues with getting approved for credit cards, you can reach out to us. I have people that can help you get approved for at least a secure credit card, so you do not have to shut down any credit cards or close any credit accounts you have. Leave those bad boys open, all right? Then you also, too, number 10, the next one is 10% of your FICO score is credit calculated by new credit. So 10% of it will actually be affected because of new credit lines. So you'll notice if you ever actually apply for a credit card, or even if you go get a new car, and oh, y'all, this is just an extra tip. If you go to get a new car, it is better for you to already have the approval before you go there, because I'm telling you right now, chances are when you go to that car lot, they are going to run your credit like crazy. You'll probably have like 6 or 7 inquiries, because their goal is to try and get you the best rate off of the lenders that they work with. So, you know, and chances are if you get approved by the particular car company, then that means that nobody else was going to be willing to approve you. But because you're there, they're going to give you a shot. And then also, too, if your credit is that bad, pay attention. Please, y'all, pay attention to the interest rate. Please. If you're paying 5%, 10%, some people will even, I've seen one car payment on the car. I've literally seen where it said the interest rate for this car note was 24%. You guys, that is absolutely crazy to even try. And I get some of you might be saying, well, I really need that car. But see, what you do is you keep yourself in a cycle of debt, because with the high interest rate, that's why some people's car notes will be like $600 or $700. So, you know, it's just crazy car payments. And we think that because we got to prove it, hey, I'm going to just make it work and I'm going to try and get refinanced. But what happens is, if you actually look at what is actually going to the principal of that loan and what's going to interest, I guarantee you this, you're paying almost what, like, it's like you're paying 2 cars off. You're paying 2 car notes off of that one car, and most of your payment is going to interest. So, like, let's say if it was $600 and you got a high interest rate, well, portion like 150 of that will actually go to your actual car payment, and then the 500 or no, what it would be 150, 400, and 450 will go to interest. And I know that kind of sounds outrageous, but I just want you to kind of see why people can be in that cycle of debt, because you're paying more interest. You're paying the company and you're not paying off the car. When you're saying interest rate, that's the rate that companies charge you to loan you that money. So if your car costs $25,000 and then at the end of all of the paperwork, you come up and you see you got to pay 40 grand, it's because about 15,000 is actually being paid to that company because they gave you a shot with that loan. So y'all, new credit lines will actually affect your credit score. It will drop it a little bit, but the thing is this, you'll see an increase as you are building that relationship with that particular company, or wherever you get that loan from, or if you got the car, whatever the case may be. So sometimes you want to take that shot. Like I said, me and my wife and I, when we had applied for certain credit cards, we saw a small decrease, but then our credit score skyrocketed because we had built a good relationship with those companies. And then 10% of it, and the final 10% is calculated by credit mix. So what that means is you have different types of loans. And I want to speak to those of you that actually have plans of being homeowners. You got to understand, they're going to look at different types of loan on your credit report. So if you got a car note, I know it's a revolving credit account. So a revolving credit account will kind of be like a store credit, you know, like a Target credit card, where you use that card for that particular store, or Daniel's Jewelry, you know, that's one of the major ones folks always go to, or, you know, jewelry stores, things like that. And it's like you have it's not like you can take a card and go purchase things, but you actually have an account with this company, and it's showing that you're paying off a certain product that you got from them. So if you went and got a TV and you got approved for a loan with the company, you're showing it's a revolving account that you have established. So you want to have a mix of credit on your credit report. And I'm sure if I had some realtors on here, they will tell you that. I know the one, I keep forgetting the other one. I know it's a revolving credit account, and then you want to have a major credit account. So, like, you want to have something like a MasterCard, Visa, something that shows, like, or American Express, that you have established a good relationship with particular companies, these particular credit companies. So that way, when you go to get your home, you have things in order, and then that particular lender will be able to help you out with what you need. So again, I'm gonna just show you guys this chart again. You can write these things down if you need to. 35% of it, of your FICO score, is credit calculated by payment history. 30%, and y'all, 35% and 30%, that's 65%. That's more than half. So this is the reason why it is important for you to make sure you're keeping your credit card usage under 30%, and then also too, you are paying your credit cards on time, or you're paying your bills on time. Let's just say that, because it doesn't have to necessarily be just credit cards, but you're taking care of your bills and doing what needs to be done on time. Length of credit history. So please do not close that account. Do not close that account. I'm going to say it again. Do not close that credit account. If you get it down to 0, keep it active. Do not just let it sit, because sometimes companies will just shut it down because you're not using it. So make sure you're keeping it active. You're utilizing that card, even if it's just a minimum. Y'all, I don't believe it's crazy for you to have, you're using $20 a month on your credit card, $30 a month, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Just keep it active. Or one thing you can do, for example, is keep it to where you pay certain things like your streaming accounts, maybe your Apple Music, or your Netflix or Hulu, whatever your streaming activity is. Keep it to where it's revolving on there, so that way that card stays active, and it shows that you're actually using the credit card, okay? Because you do not want that company to close that account, because now you're going to have to start fresh with a new company, build another relationship, build a relationship with them, and then, just kind of have that good rapport with that company. So it's important for you to keep that open. New credit lines, again, I understand and know that when you apply for credit cards or you apply for different loans, it may decrease your score slightly, but overall, if you are doing those things of taking care of the payments, not going over your credit usage, you should be good, and I promise you will see increase on your credit score. And then also to the credit mix, one more time, just having different mixtures of credit on your credit reports. So that way, like I said, especially for those of you that are looking to get a home, this is going to be major for you, because that's what they're going to look for. They're going to calculate your debt to income ratio. So the key thing is to eliminate that debt. You do not, that's why I said, don't let credit cards control you, control your credit, and keep it active. So you use that for your advantage. Like I said, my wife and I, we have a particular credit card we use for vacations. That's it. It's just vacation card, and we try to go on vacation at least once a quarter or so. So we use that once a quarter or so, and that way that card is active. It is not a high credit usage on it. I believe that one in particular, we're probably about 20 to 15% credit usage of that particular card, because we make sure we pay that debt off. You do not want to use your credit cards as if it is your money, because that's one of the major mistakes people make when it comes to credit. All right, y'all. I hope this blessed you. I pray this was encouraging. I just wanted to come on and share that with you guys, because like I said, I really want to help people live life empowered, man. And it's not just talking about attending a particular church. I encourage people to go to church, because I do believe you need to be in church. But I want to help you financially as well. I literally want to see those that I connect with truly apply these principles and do what needs to be done, so they can really take a hold of their life and not allow for just life to overwhelm them, and things are completely out of control. My prayer is that this small little video of sharing on how to improve your credit score has helped you to actually work on that. I would take some questions. Maybe what I can do is, if you write them in the comments, for those of you that are on YouTube, I can actually go in there and kind of comment back and answer any questions you may have. But hey, just let us know, man. We're here to help you out. Again, I wanted to share that with you. So pay attention to that, you guys. If you know that you do, your credit score is not that good, and you need to work on certain things, and maybe everybody has different situations. So maybe you have credit cards, but you just max those cards out. Start paying those cards down. Pay them down as much as possible. Like I said, when you have them paid down and you're paying your payments on time, I promise you what's going to happen is the company that you have gotten that loan from or that credit card from, is going to reach out to you and say, hey, we want to increase your credit limit. And an increased credit limit is a good thing. I think my wife and I, we have seen with one of our major credit cards, we have seen at least 3 credit limit increases, because of the fact we have been consistent with payments, paying on time, and we have a good relationship with that particular creditor. So it's important for you guys to apply these principles. You guys utilize this information. Do not just let it just take this in and just watch a video. Use this information to truly empower yourself and improve that credit score. So again, that website you can go to is called freeannualcreditreport.com. Y'all, I don't get paid for this. I'm just sharing insight for you. And it should be free. I'm not sure if they've changed it. It might say on there how frequent you can go on there to actually check those reports. I believe the last time I checked, it was every other week. It's free for you to go in and check your credit report. During COVID, it was actually once a week. You can go in and check your credit report for free. So y'all, utilize free resources and get what you need done. There may be some of you that are watching right now. You're saying, Pastor Terry, you know what? I want to get my credit improved. I want to work on my credit, but I don't have the time to do that. And I can show you specifically, and a matter of fact, I'm going to do a video on that to show you how this works. You know, you actually legally have the right to dispute anything that's on your credit that should not be on there. And one of the major things that I got to say this because a lot of us church folks, you got to understand this is legal. This is legally, you can dispute stuff that's on your credit report, even if it is yours. You can dispute it, especially with collection accounts, because with collection agencies, if they do not have the proper information to prove that it is your debt, they have to remove that particular thing off of your credit report. If they can't verify the information, because usually what they do is they just buy that debt and they can't verify that it's even you, because that's one of the main reasons why collection agencies call you and blow your phone up and harass you, is because they want to get you on record saying that you are this person and this debt belongs to you. So y'all, if you could take anything from this video, one thing I will tell you is this, and you should have got a lot already. But a key thing you should understand is if you are faced with any type of collection agencies, do not talk to them. Do not even waste your time talking to them at all. Getting that understanding changed my life, because I recall the days where particular collection agencies will call me, and the main thing they will do is they'll try to verify. The first thing they're going to do is let you know they're recording, and then they instantly try to verify if you're the person. And once they verify it, they got you. So don't waste your time. Send them to voicemail. You heard it from Pastor Terry. Send them the voicemail, and I would dispute it, because most of the times that's the reason why they're blowing you up, is because they need verification. So they need to prove that this debt belongs to you. If they can't prove it, I hope this blessed y'all, man. I hope this encouraged you. I will come on and share some more tips. If this blessed you, I want you to share this. Send this to somebody that may need it. Somebody that's in that place where they want to improve their credit score. I will do another video where I will show you exactly how to dispute, and how you can send letters to actual particular creditors, and just whatever it is you got to work on. There's key things you can do to get that stuff done. I can show you guys some of the templates that I have available to kind of just get this thing done. And like I said, there may be some of you out there right now that are saying, Pastor Terry, I just don't have the time to do that. I don't have the time to do that. I just can't. It's too much. I'm not ready for that. You know, if I can get somebody to do it for me, I have great news for you. We can get somebody to do it for you, all right? So I'm excited, man. My brother actually is working with a company right now that does it for you, man. Does everything for you as far as the dispute letters, everything. All they have to get you to do is for you to mail out the letters. That's it. You sign it, mail them out, boom, and you wait for the response. So legally, you have the right to dispute anything that is on your credit. Y'all, I personally have seen collection accounts being removed. And also, too, let me say this is this fresh, all right? The month of June, y'all, any medical bills you have on your credit report, this was actually reported about 2 or 3 months ago. Any medical bills that are showing on your credit report will be removed, I believe, by June, if I'm not mistaken. So just so you know that. So you should see an increase on that too. But you, listen, we can get you connected. All you have to do, let me make sure I got the right information. All you have to do, if that is you, is to text out like, Pastor Terry, I want to get my credit fixed, but I just don't have the time to do it. I'm busy. I got kids. I'm a single mother. I'm doing this. I need help with that. I don't know what to do. I'm not. Listen, my brother, he's actually has a company right now that they are running a special for those of you that may need help with your credit. If you want to do it yourself, you can, but you can actually have a company that is knowledgeable in that area to help you in particular ways. Also, too, and I'm just looking at some notes. Also, too, if you need, they have credit lawyers. So I've even have we've had a couple of clients who have had issues with collection agencies harassing them. Well, the credit lawyers can actually come in and help you with that, because you can actually sue these individuals or these companies for doing that. So if that is you, you're saying, Pastor Terry, that is me, I would love to have this information to actually get that work done for myself without me having to do it. Please let me know. All you have to do is text credit to 909-907-4551. Again, text credit to 909-907-4551. And that team, my brother's team, will get with you and help you to get set up with that. And I'm sure because you watch this video, just let them know Pastor Terry sent you over, and they will take care of you. And I'm sure they'll give you a discounted rate. All right. So I will come on again, you guys, and share some more empowerment tips for you financially. I pray this blessed you guys. I didn't want to stay on too long. Just wanted to give you a little bit of insight on how your credit is calculated and what you can do to actually improve that credit score. So I pray this blessed you. If this has blessed you, again, make sure you subscribe. I don't know if it's over here. I think it will be over here. Subscribe to the channel, y'all. Hit subscribe. Click on that bell. Stay connected with us so you can receive more empowering content. And I will be back soon. All right? You guys be blessed.